Now NBC5 investigates the predators who use social media apps to target kids.
They could even be chatting with your children when you're in the same room. The FBI says it could lead to a crime called sextortion. Here's Chris Coffey.
The Heidelberger boys of Chicago stay busy with basketball and smartphones.
I would say every waking hour that they are up and home.
The oldest is 12, a big fan of social media.
721.
So mom Irene keeps a close eye on who her kids chat with and what apps they use.
We all have equal access to each other's phones. We know each other's passwords. And at any time, I can pick it up and see who they're speaking to. I also follow all of their social media feeds.
The FBI says it's okay for parents to be nosy because predators are reaching out to kids through social media apps like Instagram, Kik, Snapchat, and Uvu.
We are seeing more and more predators that are using these apps to target kids, to coerce them, to con them into sending images.
FBI Special Agent Wes Tagmeyer investigates child exploitation crimes.
They're certainly not telling kids, hey, I'm a predator looking to do you harm. They may tell them that, hey, I'm another kid.
He wanted naked pictures of her.
This North Suburban mom says her 11-year-old daughter met someone on social media who she thought was her age.
He kept asking, and she said no, and then it was like, okay, you go first, and kind of thing. I found the pictures on my phone of both of them.
She says police never found the person responsible. In another case, investigators say Daniel Dunphy of Florida targeted victims near Chicago. They say he used Kik and Snapchat to solicit photos from 2 teen girls in Elgin and Dundee, then threatened them into sending more. Investigators located 8 victims across the country.
We have video clips of these babies screaming and crying and begging him, "Don't make me do this."
Dunphy is in a Florida jail facing multiple criminal counts. He pleaded not guilty. The FBI calls this growing crime sextortion.
The subject comes back and says, if you don't do this or send a more explicit image or video for me, then I'm going to send this image to your parents.
Ashley Reynolds told the FBI in this interview she was 14 when she was victimized by Lucas Michael Chancellor.
He was not going to stop, and he was set on sharing my picture with whoever he could.
Chancellor pleaded guilty to child porn in 2014, but families like the Heidelbergers say they're taking steps now to keep their kids safe.
Every day I'll say, who are you talking to? Who are you following? What are you watching? They love to talk about it. It's a really great way to connect with them and what they're doing and what's making them happy.
The social media app Uvu tells us it takes security issues seriously and says its users must be at least 13 years old. Meantime, the FBI says the average age of a sextortion victim is 14, and they've investigated victims as young as 8 years old. Now, the FBI says parents should follow 3 simple tips to protect their kids. First, do not charge mobile devices in kids' bedrooms at night. Second, be sure to set up passwords for app downloads. And finally, have age-appropriate discussions with your kids about the dangers of communicating with unknown people or sending photos online. Chris Coffey, NBC5 Investigator.